Hey HCG family, it is Mimi. Today is February the 10th, 2014. I'm on very low calorie day 14. So moving right along. Since my weigh-in this morning, so this is for 13 days, I have lost 7.4 pounds, and that is pretty much about what my body does, and I'm definitely grateful for that because we also know it's pounds and inches. And I have already been in my closet trying on some of my clothes, and they are, some of them I've already now, they've gotten a little bit too big, so my 14s are a little bit too big, but they're comfortable. And well, actually my 16s are really comfortable too, but they're a little slagging in the butt. So anywho, I am home for right now, and tomorrow we go over to my mom and dad's. So I wanted to do a vlog and talk a little bit about yesterday. Yesterday we pretty much stayed in the bed. My husband and I did. And just watched movies on Netflix and Amazon Prime or whatever. And the discussion was, because when we come home from my mother's, we have no groceries. We don't have the basic things that you have in the refrigerator. I did bring a couple of apples with me and some of one container of my fat-free cottage cheese. I brought that, and that's about it. So anywho, yesterday, kind of later on, like in the afternoon, like around 1 or 2, I think I've had a cup of coffee and a half, and that's it. And I drank that, and I didn't, like I said, maybe 3 or 4 drinks out of the other coffee, and they're not very big cups either. And then I started getting a little bit hungry, and it's like, what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? So there was some Mac nuts, and I asked my husband to hand them over to me, and he gave me some, and so I ate probably a handful of Mac nuts, and that's it. I think I had a handful of Mac nuts the night before too, and just enough. My stomach was like growling. This was after I went out to eat to Mellow Mushroom, and I had just had a salad. I had 2 Bud Light beers, draft, the small glass, not the big glass. And that's all I had. That's all I had to eat that day. And so it was like pretty late. It was after 11 that, you know, when we got home and we got in the bed, and I could feel that little kind of gnawing feeling that was going to be like, you know how like you just get it starts growling. I wish you could see these birds. They're flying up here to the windowsill. I don't know if you can see them. They look at me going, where's our bird food? We haven't got them any seeds since we've been gone. Go to the neighbors. They'll feed you. Anyway, yeah, I had ate some Mac nuts at night on Saturday night, and that was about it. And I just woke up with a 0.4 release. And yesterday I was sitting in the bed, had already had my coffee. I was getting a little hungry, and it was getting late, and I didn't know what to eat. So I went in and got me some cottage cheese, a cup of cottage cheese with just salt and pepper and my apple cider vinegar. I didn't have any, I have onions, but I didn't have any tomatoes. I don't want to eat it with just onions. I have to have the tomatoes in it. And oh, by the way, this is not on the protocol. This is Mimi's protocol. So I did that, and I was hungry for a steak. And I told my husband, I want a steak. I knew what I wanted. I wanted a steak, and I wanted broccoli. I have never had broccoli on protocol, ever, ever, ever. This is round 6. I've never done broccoli or green beans. I've mixed vegetables, but they're always the vegetables that's on Dr. Simeon's, his okayed vegetables. So anyway, I'm trying not to get distracted here by the birds. I laid out me a New York strip, and it was a pretty good sized steak. It was way over 3.5 ounces, I can tell you that. And my husband laid him out one finally. And how we usually cook our steaks is we fry them in butter, and then we put them on the grill. You fry them in butter in an iron skillet, and then you put them on the grill. It sears them really good, then you put them on the grill for like 3 minutes on one side and 3 minutes on the other, of course, depending on how thick your steaks are. And this was about, I guess it was about that thick. Maybe a little under an inch, I don't know. But it was a pretty nice sized steak. And it was New York. Did I say that already? So anyway, we made the broccoli. I said, you know, don't add butter to my broccoli. Just pull it out before you have yours. And he fried my steak in coconut oil, not butter. And I ate that, I guess it was just a few hours. It wasn't too many hours after I'd had the cup of cottage cheese, because I was getting hungry, and it was getting late. It was late before I actually had the cottage cheese. And so I ate that, and I felt very good. Now, if I would have ate a pound of chicken, a grilled chicken, I would have not felt as satisfied. Chicken does not, when I eat chicken, I feel okay, but when I eat protein from a cow, it's totally different. It just makes me feel better. I feel energized after I eat steak. So I ate that and felt good. I did not have that like full feeling, stuffed feeling. I still kind of had that empty feeling, and I was satisfied. I drank water, and not a whole lot of water. And when I woke up this morning, I was down 1 pound. So I think it was more of me knowing that this is what my body needs and this is what I want, and really not knowing the consequences. It could have been up 1 pound for all I know. And I probably would have blamed it on Mac nuts before I would have blamed it on the steak. That's how convinced I am in my head when I am wanting a steak, is that I know my body is going to respond to it in a positive way. It just does. That's why steak days would work for me, because really all I have to do is just eat a steak. You know, I go all day without eating anything, and I could just eat me a steak and eat the broccoli or salad or whatever, and I know that I'm going to feel good. I don't know if I'm going to lose the weight, or if I'm going to, even on doing like a correction day or something like that, which I was fortunate not to have to do any correction days last round. So anyway, this was just my observation, that I knew when I got up this morning that, now I did weigh a lot later than what I've been weighing at my mom's. So that might have had something to do with it too. I've had major Charlie horses since we've been home, on the front part of my shins and my foot, and even my calf muscle it's just been crazy. So I've been taking magnesium and potassium and trying to do that, but it has absolutely nothing has helped these cramps. So I don't understand. I don't know what more I could do about that. But anyway, I was making sure that this was turned up. Anyway, that is the scoop. So I felt really good. Today I have had, oh, I wanted to get this and show you. This is what I had today. This is the first time. I was going to do this last round, but I didn't. So I thought today this is what I'll do. I didn't feel like having cottage cheese, but just right here, I meant it. I'm sorry, I should have got this earlier. I don't know if I showed you guys this before. It's Raw Fit. It's by that Jordan Rubin, Garden Life, I think. It's a high protein, and it's for weight loss. But I had bought this Garden of Life a while ago, and I went through. I think I maybe have like a half a scoop left, but it's over at Mom's. These birds are cracking me up. You see, 1 level scoop has 170 calories. Yeah. See, one level scoop is 45 grams. It has 170 calories. Calories from fat is 10. So total carbs are 12. So anywho, it is vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, green coffee bean extract. I know people have talked about that before. Matter of fact, I think Miss HCG girl, was it that? Something, I mean, you take this, there's some kind of like coffee bean supplement. I might be wrong about that. If I am, Miss HCG girl, forgive me. So anyway, I did that, and I had froze a small orange, and it had been in the freezer for weeks. And I put that in there and mixed this up with the water, which was, one of these glasses here, about 16 ounces, made a little over 16 ounces with that. Drank it. Doesn't taste very good at all. The texture is kind of grainy, but I did blend it up and drank it. So we shall see. So that's what I've had today, and I did have probably about 5 more Mac nuts. And then what I want to have for dinner is a piece of chicken, which I had laid out yesterday. And I'm going to have that. I'm going to steam me some broccoli again. So we shall see how that all turns out tomorrow. I have been going over how long this round, if I go 40 days, if I do the phase 3 and phase 4 correctly, I have to add on 2 more weeks. If I did that and then even try to do a short round, that is going to put me in a place that I don't want to be on my daughter's wedding, which is June the 14th. So I want to be careful because I do not want to be in phase 3, and not to say that the food that she is having, oh my gosh, it's like Kentucky Derby Day food. I mean, it's got Kentucky Brown. It's just lots of food. I can't believe how much food she is having. But anyway, I just want to be able to, I'm not planning on consuming a bunch of stuff that I normally wouldn't eat. That is not at all what I want to do, because my goal is I want to get in the 60s, and I might just stay there and do my lifetime maintenance right there in the 160s. I don't think my body is going to want to go into the 40s for sure. I don't think it's right now it's reasonable for me to think. I mean, I'm only like 5'6.5", 5'7" tops. I just don't know. At my age, I don't, there's abnormal fat, I understand, but I mean, I just don't, you know, that's just me. So anyway, hopefully we can see how far I can get down. If I get down to 171 here in the next couple of weeks, that will be new territory for me. I think I mentioned that on another blog. So anyway, I think that is about it. And I'm not downloading, I'm doing this on my Mac instead of Facebook because, not Facebook, I'm sorry, YouTube, because I was in the middle of doing YouTubes and it cut me off. So I'm going to do this and see how, hopefully it doesn't take so long to download, if I can even remember how to do it. So, love you guys. Big hug to my HCG family.